I have gotten everything I've ever wanted out of life. So what does it feel like? Uh, is it what I expected? I have gotten everything I have ever wanted out of life, and it is not what I expected. I thought if I was making a certain amount of income, if I got the materialistic things, that if I got to travel, if I had financial freedom, that all of the problems would go away. And that could not be further from the truth. I have already accomplished the exact goal that I said if I hit that, I would be 100% happy. From a monetary standpoint, from a personal standpoint, in a lot of ways. But what happens is your barometer for success just moves further and further. And the things that you want just get bigger and larger. I think a lot of that is good, and it drives humanity and society forward. But if you think that chasing money itself is going to give you some degree of happiness, it 100% will not. I mean, having a lack of money will definitely cause stress and pain and be not good. And there will be mainly negative consequences for that. And so I do think having the financial freedom to do whatever you want is awesome. But now I just want to have a much larger company. I want to do a million times more. I am actually less satisfied in the position that we are in because I see how incredible the business could be. And I have fallen so deeply in love with the journey. And now I aspire to have so much more. But the more that I'm looking for is building something that is valuable, that is actually solving a massive problem to society, that is allowing us to hire a substantial amount of people and then get other people financially free by hiring them with our marketing agency. And I'm so grateful and thankful for the team that we've cultivated and the culture that we have. And I want to expand that to where we have thousands of employees instead of dozens. And I am in a nice car, which I actually am renting right now, but there's quite a few reasons for it. One of them is this Bentley is over 6,000 pounds, and so I am looking for a car in Arizona. And if a car is over 6,000 pounds, you get 100% tax deductible, which is off your ordinary income, which would be catastrophically huge. Two, we're making a bunch of videos, and we wanted to show that we're actually making like a philosophical documentary on the materialistic things. And so we want to cut from the kind of materialistic car to like a shitty car and then live out a life shittily, but growing a business and actually making a lot of money and showing what actually matters. And it's not the materialistic things. And I feel utterly nothing in this car. It is literally just, I'm upset because I'm stuck in traffic. The only time I've ever really enjoyed a car was when I was driving one of our clients, his 1957 Porsche Speedster, which was this super old convertible. And the reason why I liked it so much, one, it was stick shift. I got to learn on that. Two, it didn't go fast at all. It literally topped out at 45 miles an hour. I could not go on the highway with it. It got a lot of attention, which was good for my ego, because at that point, I was making probably 20 grand a month, something like that. And I thought that I was the shit. And so from an ego perspective, it did feel good to get a ton of attention because the car was so unique. But what really drove a substantial amount of happiness was this Arizona sun on my face, just driving with not a single care in the world. And then I actually did get to network with some really cool people that had very, very expensive cars because of being in that club, where this is just more luxurious, which would be more my style if I were to buy something. I would much rather buy something like this than a G-Wagon or like a supercar, unless I was buying like a multi-million-dollar supercar. Just, I wouldn't want to get like a Lamborghini or something like that. Just, it is really of no interest to me. I prefer the financial freedom of taking a private aircraft, like a jet, just because you get to have a lot of good conversations on it. You can do a lot of cool things that, like, it's a fun experience, where I've never really been super into cars. And so what is it like financial freedom? The barometer just really changes. And now I'm just so busy. I'm so obsessed with the progress. So but this is what the next week and a half looks like. I'm here in Massachusetts until Sunday. On Sunday, I'm flying to New Orleans. From Sunday, I'm checking into a very nice hotel, the Four Seasons in New Orleans. And then I'm going to be with some clients, Robert Kiyosaki, Ken McElroy, another one, Ryan, all day, getting dinner with them. On Wednesday, I'm leaving, moving into the new place in Arizona. On Friday, I think I'm taking a day trip to Utah to visit our client, Ryan, because he's doing something. He said that he would fly me out for just to see more of his operation. Friday morning, fly in. Friday night, fly back to Arizona. And then Saturday, I have a meeting with one of the wealthiest people in Arizona. And during that time, I'm always I've probably always minimum 4 calls per day. I have minimum 10 tasks that need to get done on a day-to-day basis. We'll be hiring like a few people probably between that week and a half period because we're growing so rapidly. We're going to be potentially onboarding another few clients. I mean, all of this were massive goals for me, but now it's very common, and you get used to things. Like, I am now used to eating at the most expensive restaurants every single day. Therefore, that is my standard. And so going subpar is like you're being disrewarded, and it stinks, which sucks because it used to be such an incredible luxury to do nice things. But now it's like that is my expectation. And so once you start to make more money, your expectation is, okay, I'm going to fly private. Okay, I'm going to be in a nice car. Okay, I'm going to eat at the nicest restaurant. Okay, I'm going to do X, Y, Z thing. And it's not, it loses its pizzazz because it's just things. What never loses it is having an incredible conversation and proving a bond with somebody, doing things with other people. So it's just getting tied to stuff is never good. I expect higher and higher end things at all times now when I shouldn't. I should just be happy with what I have. And I like things a very particular way. And I would say having money really just brings out a lot of your good habits, a lot of your bad flaws. And a lot of my bad flaws are I can be incredibly tunnel visioned, which is a good thing because it allows me to move the business forward with exceptional speed and just with brute force in a lot of ways. But one of the bad problems with that is I block out a lot of other things in my life. Like I don't even think about things. Like I literally will just be very, very focused on what I'm thinking about and what the goals are. I forget to think about other people's opinions of things and other people's feelings. And the more money we're making, the more I'm slipping into a lot of probably poor habits. And the more I expect nice luxury things. And so there are just trade-offs in life. There is no perfect solution. I can tell you, it is a million times better to have stuff than to not have stuff. Like, unequivocal fact. It's not even remotely close either, but it's not the all and be all. And it absolutely, unequivocally never will be.